How's it going, folks, and welcome back. Today is episode number 43 of the Newcastle Let's Play. It's the Champions League quarterfinals. We're taking on Juventus. Let's get straight into this. So yes, gang, no messing around today. We are taking on the Italian giants, Zebra, or Juventus. I kind of prefer the name Zebra for them, you know. They're rather good. As you can see here, looking at Serie A, they've won it the last 4 years in a row, and they're very likely to win it for another successive year. They have lost one game in the league. We've never played them before, which I had to double check when it said here no previous meetings, but I've gone back through the years. I can confirm we've never met them, which is somewhat of a rarity in the Champions League at this point in the competition. It's nice to take on someone new. But before we get into the first leg, we need to talk about matches since we're last here, because there has been a few. Of course, last time out we took on Real Madrid, and while following on from that, we kicked things off with an absolute spanking, one of the highest scoring games in Premier League history. 8-1, we beat Brentford. To be honest, the goals kind of just flowed in this game. Kylian Mbappe was superb. He grabbed a hat-trick with a penalty with pretty much the last kick of the game. Jude Bellingham had a really solid display in this game as well, as the roaming playmaker ran the show. So off the back of one good result, another good result. We took on Bournemouth. We beat them 5-1. Something about playing teams beginning with the letter B seems to suit us quite well. Yeah, really good performance this one in the FA Cup. We go marching on. Aguilar, I think he might be better than Calvert-Lewin at this point. Someone mentioned this in the comment section yesterday. Apologies, because I can't remember who mentioned it. I think you can make a pretty good argument that Aguilar is better than Calvert-Lewin. I mean, I'll let you guys be the judge. I think he probably is, to the point where I think I might start him over Calvert-Lewin today. I don't know if that's a controversial decision. But before I lock in that decision, one more match to speak of before we go into the first game against Juventus. At Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, a 3-1 win. Of course, we played them in the Carabao Cup final and won well. And well, we won well in this one too. Yusuf Demir with a goal and an assist. They did peg us back just after half-time. And to be fair, it wasn't the most convincing of results, really. It was Kulusevski scoring for them. However, late on, Chilwell with an own goal made sure of the points. And, well, I'll let you decide. I think he might have been involved in match fixing there. He volleyed it into the back of his own goal. We won the game. We probably did deserve to win it on the balance of play, but nevertheless, nice to get the job done. What that means to the league table, well, we have 8 games left of the year. We are 4 points ahead of Manchester United. They have played a game more than us. I don't want to say it too loudly. I think we're going to retain the Premier League this year. But you know what? The Premier League is nice and all, but it's not the big trophy that I'm craving. That is the Champions League, which is where we pick things up today, as we are in the quarterfinals now, taking on Juventus. In terms of our team for today's game, it is full strength, which is really good to see. Players fully rested for this game. One notable change, Tomori is in at centre-back. Recently signed a new deal with the club, which is pretty big. And, well, to be honest, this might not shock everyone. Virgil van Dijk's physicals have fallen off a cliff. It's almost as if he's 34 years old. I mean, who could have foreseen this? All of this sea of red hair, it's not very nice to look at, and it does leave me concerned to the point where I think Tomori might start starting over him, which, considering he's got another year on his deal on £200,000 a week, you know what? In hindsight, maybe I did overpay for Van Dijk a little bit at 40 million. But alas, besides that full-strength team, Havertz, Bellingham, Demir in the midfield. Aguilar, as I mentioned, is going to start ahead of Calvert-Lewin alongside Kylian Mbappe. And I'm hoping that today, at home, we're going to set ourselves up well. Worth noting that today we are doing the first and second legs against Juventus of this Champions League quarter-final tie. And, well, this is the trophy that I do want to win. If you were going to, you know, put the Premier League and the Champions League in one hand and the other and say you can have one, I'm going for the Champions League all day, every day. We won it a couple of years ago. Last year, we lost in the semi-final against Manchester United. It's worth noting, I believe we are the only English team left in the competition, which, considering the previous few years where English clubs have remained kind of dominant, is a massive shock. So we're doing it for the nation. We're doing it for the Queen. And yeah, as I already mentioned, this first leg at home needs to be one where we do get off to a good start and we set ourselves up nicely for the next game. I say that, and Alphonso Davies is picked up a knock and indicating he wants to come off. Right, Luca Dean, the dinghy, we're inflating him, we're getting him out on the pitch. I suppose it's worth mentioning that Mariba, who we looked at once upon a time, is currently a Juventus player playing in at centre mid for them. They are going with a classic 4-4-2. And while they might have a set-piece chance here, has Mbabu just headed that into his own goal? He has. Forgot to mention this for people wondering, Jack, where is Livramento? He got suspended. He's been a naughty boy. He's out for the game. Mbabu, his replacement, not quite having the desired impact in this game. It was a header by De Ligt. And then Mbabu, I mean, I don't know what I've just witnessed. What was that? Juventus are 1-0 up, but yet to have a shot on target. Mbabu currently the MVP for them in this game. Tomori, though, lumps it clear to Aguilar. With them playing a 4-4-2, I've backed us to get good opportunities, actually, at the back. The two centre-backs might be able to contain our two strikers, but with Demir between them and their absence of kind of a defensive centre-mid, I feel like we should have quite a lot of space to create opportunities through the middle in this game. Whether or not that is how things play out, I suppose we will see in due course. Tomori, bringing the ball out of defence, afforded loads of time and space, really. And, Bellingham now dinks it through the middle for Kylian Mbappe, who runs onto it, goes around the keeper, hits the woodwork, ball still in play. Can he hold it up? He can't. Of course, with Aguilar lurking at the back post, you just want him to set up a looping cross in that situation. On that occasion, though, couldn't make it happen. And now, Kai Havertz has picked up an injury. In terms of the replacement I'm going to go with, I'm going to bring in Declan Rice to play box-to-box midfielder. Whilst he's not the most athletic of centre-mids, I mean, you can see here, he's a very, very good player, both going forward and defensively. We will keep our fingers crossed, though, that isn't a serious injury. That's two players who have been subbed off in this game, and we are a goal down at half-time against a Juventus side who still haven't had a shot on target. Right, I'm throwing a water bottle. And you know what? The players can start crying and stuff. I don't care. I'm ruling with an iron fist. I've managed to make most of them happy in the end. You know, it's the kind of good cop, bad cop. You throw a water bottle at them and then shout. Then you go over to them in groups and just tell them, I believe in you. They love it. Anyway, we're already 15 minutes into this half. Nothing is happening. I'm going to make changes. Also, they have changed their system. They have gone to a three at the back, and there is a temptation to make a change, which at this point we're becoming rather familiar with. I'm going to make a slightly different change, I think, in this game. I'm going to move Yusuf Demir to pressing forward. Elsewhere, we've only got one sub left in this game. I'm kind of tempted to take off Demir for Adeyemi, actually, now I look at it. Demir's not had a very good game at all. We'll bring in Adeyemi. Elsewhere, I am going to just move Gvardiol and Fofana, I think, to just both be centre-backs on defend. But then with them kind of staying back more, I'm going to give the wing-backs more permission to get further forward. Additionally, we're going to do the changes we've done over the last few games where we've been chasing things. Distribute to flanks, distribute quickly, look to counter-press a little bit more, and I look to apply pressure just higher up the pitch. 28 minutes left here. We're at home. This is the kind of game where I back us to turn things around. And you know what? For good measure, we'll give it a shout of demand more. I say all of this. There's only 15 minutes left. They've now got another corner. They've already scored from one. They've now scored from another. De Ligt with the header. And Juventus make it 2-0 with their first shot on target of the entire game. Yeah, it's been one of those this match so far. I mean, we've got a second leg to try and turn things around. I have to imagine that it's going to take a second leg to turn it around here, because this game is quickly just slipping away from us. 4 minutes left. I've already kind of done my more attacking changes. I suppose I can go to very attacking for what's left of it. But unfortunately, we've been completely FM'd in this game. We didn't create enough in the second half, to be honest. I think we perhaps did lack, actually, the centre attack in mid in that second half. But looking at the stats, how have we lost that 2-0? Not a good performance, really. What I would say is Juventus didn't really look that threatening, and it does make me somewhat hopeful that in the second leg we can turn things around. But given the fact we're going to be going to their ground, given the fact we're going to be the away side, we've got a mighty, mighty mountain to climb. And now I just have to look at the injuries and hope they're not serious. Kai Havertz out for 3 to 4 weeks. Davies out for 1 to 3 days. Unfortunately for us, I think that is Kai out of the second leg, because it's only in 8 days' time. We've also got Stoke in the FA Cup semi-final afterwards. Funnily enough, that game takes slightly less in my priorities, I suppose. Either way, we've got to go forward to that next game. We have got Wolves midweek They are currently bottom of the league. So fully rotated team for that one. We're going to come back ready and refreshed. We have to play better than we just did there because that, frankly, was appalling. You know what? I thought the Juventus result was bad, but this might even take the cake. We lost against Wolves. They scored a penalty in the second minute. We had 88 minutes to have a response. Did we have a response? No. Yeah, we've just lost to the team who are bottom of the Premier League, or at least were bottom. They're now second from bottom. They've got 15 points. I mean, we played a rotated team, but my, oh my, oh my, I am not feeling confident for this second game today. So in terms of team news for this game against Juventus, we're 2 goals down. We're away from home for the second leg. We've got a mighty mountain to climb. This is the team that I've gone with. Mbappe and Aguilar up front. Jude Bellingham comes in as our number 10, playing as the advanced playmaker for us today. That because Kai Havertz is, of course, out injured. Elsewhere, good news is that Livramento is back at right back. Tomori didn't wow me last game, so I've gone with Van Dijk in the heart of our defence. Besides that, though, it's a pretty strong team. Of course, with the rejig of midfield, the new addition is Paulo Bernardo, the centre mid, 24 years old, a really, really good player, but forming a bit of a makeshift defence, and the reason for that being is that Yusuf Demir is also out alongside Kai Havertz. I'm hoping that the player we signed for £40 million at the start of the year for games like this is going to turn up and give us a mighty big performance when we need it most. But anyway, we are going to hop into this game. I don't really know how to feel going into this. There was a temptation to go way, way more attacking to kick off the game, but to be honest, I think we have to stick with our game plan. Look, we lost the first leg 2-0, but they had 2 shots all game. One of them was an own goal. It wasn't even on target. The second was a header from a corner that went in the back of the net. I feel like if we can just be better from set pieces, we're not going to concede. And then really, it's about showing a little bit more going forward. Of course, Aguilar played the previous game. There was a temptation maybe to recall Adeyemi or Calvert-Lewin to the starting 11. I've decided not to do that. I'm putting my faith in, well, our current players, as the ball's going to be whipped in, and Gvardiol, free header on the near post of the corner, saved away. A good opportunity for us. I don't even know if we had an opportunity or a highlight in the first game, so a reason for optimism, I suppose, there, but, well, we need to craft out better opportunities than that from open play, I think, if we want to win a game like this today. Aguilar, back to goal, plays it through to Jude Bellingham, who's cutting through the middle, hits it, and that is as good a chance as we've had across the 2 legs. Already, we've had more shots on target than they had in the first leg. Unfortunately, 15 minutes gone here, still 0-0. And now, well, it's coming back. I remember this situation. It's another corner. This time, though, De Ligt's header is going to be saved by Ramsdale. But we've got to be wary of those. Juventus have scored 2 of those against us in the first leg. And in this second leg, I would be a little bit annoyed if we conceded another corner. Oh, my word, Mbappe. Huge ball played forward. Can Mbappe finish it? Of course he can. Goal number 40 for the season. It was Paulo Bernardo. The man who I said, we've brought him in for games like this. What a ball this was by the Roman playmaker. Mbappe's on his bike, using that pace of his to get in behind. But the finish here, a little unorthodox, just hammers it home at the near post. We're not going to complain, though. They had a corner. We dealt with it, and we hit them on the break. Of course, 1 goal is good. We need at least 1 more in this game, and well, we might have an opportunity here. Mbappe whips it in. Locatelli heads it away from danger initially, but plenty of men still in the box if Kylian Mbappe wants to attempt to pick them out again. Gives it to Van Dijk. Now with Livramento. Nice to see him back in the team. Hopefully, he won't be scoring an own goal today like Mbabu, his replacement, did. Paulo Bernardo in the middle, floating the ball. It's dealt with. Moise Kean now with the ball, bringing it forward. Lays it off to Chiesa, but well, Livramento reads it really, really well. And now we look to bring the ball forward. Mbappe, big ball in behind for him again to run onto. Aguilar at the back post. Livramento can whip in a ball and does whip in a ball. The keeper fumbles it. Alphonso Davies has it at left back. He's in the penalty area. He's gone down. And is VAR about to have a say in this game? It looked like a foul. I don't know why Alphonso Davies would have gone down there. Is it going to be given? It is. And we have a chance to draw this game level from the spot. It's going to be Kylian Mbappe over it. Can the 24 grab his second goal of the game? He hits it. And he misses the target. I'll spend 166 million on that man for him to do that in this game. A game that we have dominated in this first half. But yet, we still find ourselves behind in. Oh my word, I can't believe what I've just seen. At the break, I'm going to tell the players I want a much better performance in the second half, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not telling them anything more. They know what they need to do. We played very well in that half, but we need to create just a little bit more. We have to get another goal in this game. Juventus going forward have offered absolutely nothing, but already we're into the next phase, I suppose, of this game. The phase where we've got to commit men forward. Fofana on a booking scares me. I'm going to bring in Tomori. Elsewhere, Bernardo being on a booking is not really what I want to see. I'm just thinking about how I might want to change things up here. Of course, we've already got a few injuries at centre mid with Havertz and Demir out, so we're already light in this area of the pitch. That said, I could chance Demir, and he is very, very important to how we play, especially his set-piece delivery. 14 corners, good free kick taking, great technique. It's all stuff that we like to use. And you know what? I think I'm going to bring him on here. He's got a little bit of a knock, but this is the kind of game I've got to risk him in. Well, straight into our highlight we go. I haven't changed any team instructions yet. I still feel like our current game plan is working. We just need to show a tiny bit of quality when it matters. Of course, in 10 minutes' time, with 15 minutes left on the clock, then we might have to change things up. Then we might have to panic and make some moves. But for now, I feel like we've done okay in this game. Of course, in saying all of this and them now being in possession, I'm kind of wishing the curse of the commentator to strike. Christensen with the ball for Juve at the back. Tries to pick out Locatelli. Tomori reads it really, really well there, to be honest. Alphonso Davies now to look to bring the ball out. He's already won one penalty for us with his runs forward. Can he create something here? Down the line he goes. Players in the middle. Demir's there on off the bench and he heads it just over the crossbar. Oh my word. Oh my word. I feel like we are going to live to regret this game if we end up losing this. We have been the better team. We need a goal. I think there's a goal in it for us, but we've got to seize it. And after the Mbappe miss, there's a lingering thought in my mind that maybe it's just going to be one of those days. Maybe it's just one of those games that Football Manager doesn't want you to win. I'm going to hope I'm wrong. We've turned things around quite a few times this season in situations like this, and while Mbappe might get a chance to redeem himself, kicks it straight at the keeper though. And Juventus stay in the lead here with 22 minutes left. Demir now on the pitch to take his trademark set pieces though. It's headed away. And I suspect that this is about to end in terms of the highlight. So with that in mind, we're going to change stuff up. We're going to look to press more. Look to get it to the wings, I think, a little bit quicker, actually, now that I think about it. Still want to kind of stick to our general game plan as we head just over. But we're at that critical point in the game where I think we've got to really go for it now. With 15 minutes left and only one sub left, I've got to weigh up what I might want to do here. I feel like Aguilar and Mbappe have had good games here. I'm thinking about bringing on Adeyemi. I think I'm going to have to bring him on for Aguilar, which I don't really want to do, but I feel like Aguilar's effectiveness in this game has been not exactly great. 7 minutes left in this game. I've got to throw more men forward, haven't I? Davies, get on attack. Livramento, get on attack. Van Dijk. I mean, this might be the dumbest thing ever, but I'm pretty sure Van Dijk can play as a striker. I hope I'm correct in this assessment. Van Dijk, can you play as a striker? He can play as a striker. I mean, if there's a time for Van Dijk to use his aerial ability for good, it's this game here. We're going to play him as a target forward. We've got to get the ball forward. We've got 7 minutes to try and get a goal here. We've got a third striker on the pitch in Mbappe, in Van Dijk alongside Mbappe. 4 minutes left here. I mean, we have to just try and create something, anything. How have we not scored in this game? A penalty missed from the Mbappe man, the man who I've spent 166 million on. I don't know how I've lost this Champions League fixture over the 2 games. Yeah, I don't know. There's not often that I'm lost for words, everyone. Today is definitely one of those days where I am lost for words. Genuinely. They won the first leg 2-0. And, well, they had less than 2 shots on target. In the second leg, we've been all over them. Whilst we were playing that game, I think Arsenal and Chelsea were playing, and I guess with the result there, we've secured a top 4 finish. Board have set the budget. Wage budget coming in at 6 million. Transfer budget at 223 million. They just want me to throw more and more money at the problem. Although, with this being our last season, I mean, should I just spend the transfer budget now and sign some more players before I leave? I mean, we're in the FA Cup semi-finals, or at least have an FA Cup final to send things off with. Looking slightly further ahead, the game at the start of May that you can see here against Manchester United, I think is probably going to be the title decider. I'd planned the entire end of season around being in the Champions League, at least to the semi-finals. To crash out like that is pretty gutting. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yeah, don't really know what to say after that. I mean, we could just go and sign Erling Haaland. 200 million. I should just type it out. 200 million. It's a good deal. I think it's unacceptable. Look, I don't even know how to feel after that. I don't even know what I've just witnessed. What a bizarre game over 2 legs. Genuinely, I'm in a bit of a state of shock. I mean, their total XG across the 2 legs was less than 0.5. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. XG doesn't win your football matches. Mbappe own goals do. What a crazy game. I mean, Mbappe's won man of the match despite missing a penalty. I feel like the game is just taking the Michael. All right, you know what, gang? I think I'm just going to end things there. We've got an FA Cup final. This is the last season. I'm not going to be convinced to do another year, I don't think. I don't know when we're going to be back. It might be for the title decider, because looking at this league table, United are not even a million miles behind us. There could still be drama at the end of the league season. Thank you for watching today as always. I don't really know what to tell you. I'm lost for words. If you've got any words or wisdom in the comments, I'd love to read them. Next time out, I don't know what we're going to return for. We'll see what's happening. Until then, take care. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.